I need a goddamn cup of Joseph!
In last week's episode, our team hit an all-time low when we realized that our route was too shallow to paddle and too long to portage. After days of slogging, it was evident that we were not going to make it to Bathurst Inlet, and our future looked uncertain as we approached the biggest crux of the trip, the Contueto River, a 150-kilometer waterway that we'd be tracking up to its headwaters. Welcome to the gateway to the Arctic.
Good morning. Good. Our fort's still alive.
Morning, Graham.
I think overall the morale is a lot higher now than it was 24 hours ago. We made a little tarp fort with a bunch of rocks in a nice little nook away from the wind, and it was exactly what we needed last night and this morning. Earlier on in this trip, we were talking about how this area is known for its diamond mining. There's also a handful of other rare earth metals that are mined up here. One of them that we all know is gold. And gold is associated with quartz and quartz veins. And here we can see a small example of what a quartz vein looks like. A quartz vein starts as a hydrothermal fluid, which is a liquid that is being heated up from being deep in the Earth's crust. Over time, this liquid circulates through cracks and faults, and as it's moving, it dissolves minerals from the surrounding rocks to create a rich mineral fluid. One of the main minerals that dissolves out of these rocks is silica, which is the main building block of quartz. As it continues to move towards the Earth's surface, the fluid gets cooler and these minerals start to precipitate out, turning into the quartz veins we know and love. Quartz veins are associated with gold because in this fluid you can consider silica and gold to be part of the same parent rock. So generally, if you do see a quartz vein in any sort of rock, there's a probability that there's gold in there as well. I'm not saying you're going to find gold nuggets, but there is generally an association with quartz and gold.
I think this is a big one. And that's the biggest one in a long time.
We were trolling and it got shallow, so I was just trying to reel it in.
Dude, that's a big fish.
Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, she's a decent size.
Oh man.
Which is 33 again. But just not as girthy as the last one. I don't know whether to pull him in the boat right now or just like, should we just paddle over the shore and then
Dispatch him?
Dispatch him, yeah.
This is a dinner trout.
We have just arrived at the north end of Muskox Lake, just at the top of a set of rapids known as Muskox Rapids. Muskox Rapids is a 5-kilometer set of rapids that we don't really want to dive into until we know what the water conditions are going to be like. Today we are going to be hiking Muskox Rapids to figure out what the water conditions look like and essentially make a decision about what our next step is for this trip. We're just having some lunch right now. Noah's making us some wraps and we're gonna gather our stuff and go for a hike for the rest of the afternoon to essentially figure out what our fate is gonna be on this trip. Good first signs on the river. Appears there's actually water flowing and a lot less rocks and boulders. Still another 3.5 kilometers for us to go take a look at, but the first kilometer or so is looking pretty good.
Guys, this river is looking primo. We're gonna scout all the way to the Contoido, but this river has enough flow that we can get down there with our canoes rather than do the 4.5 kilometer hike. This is great news. So we're out here fly fishing for Arctic grayling on dry flies, and what I'll be using is a size 12 black gnat. We're seeing a lot of these grayling rise, and it looks like a similar size black fly is bouncing off the surface. So if we can match the hatch, we might be able to catch a grayling or two. Let's give it a try. Oh! Oh, dude. Ah, come on, buddy.
That is so sick.
She's dark and cold.
It's freezing.
This has been the coldest and windiest morning yet. It's probably about 8 degrees. Gray skies, hard winds. We're gonna keep a strong eye on the weather and make sure we don't get into ourselves into a similar situation that we did a few days ago with that heavy rainstorm. We're packing up camp. It's about 7:30 in the morning.
Boys, it's gonna be another cold one out there today, boys. Got to get them all wrapped up, ready to go.
GoPro, turn on. Rick, this is our last section of whitewater.
Too bad we don't have like 300 kilometers of it.
I know.
On this entire trip, now it looks like we only have this 5 kilometers of downriver paddling. Not the way I like to set up trips, but for a lot of reasons, we're not making it to Bathurst Inlet, so we're really trying to savor this set of rapids. And it does seem pretty technical too. Video.
Contoido.
To the back is coming down there now.
We made it to the confluence of the Back River and the Contoido River. This is a big milestone for us. We've been talking about this for days. It feels really good to be here. And that was also some really fun whitewater that we've been itching for 2 weeks.
Our plan is to start tracking our canoes against the current, going up the Contoido towards Contoido Lake. This is a big moment for us right now because with current water conditions and river conditions in general being very boulder strewn, we don't really know what to expect up ahead.
Contoido Lake would have been the headwaters of the rivers we would have taken to Bathurst Inlet. It's about 150 kilometers upriver, and we're definitely going against the grain on this one.
Arrow pit against the viper's fang. One was severed, so it too became. Sturdy shield and a keener.
In 1821, the infamous Sir John Franklin and his 18 men attempted to survey the Northwest Passage, but after running low on rations and good weather, they had to abandon their plans and find a way home. Their return journey involved nearly 3 months of wandering through the barrens, battling starvation, exposure, and mutiny. The Contoido River proved to be a major crux in their journey when Franklin nearly drowned and lost all his notes trying to cross the river. Other than this historic account, we couldn't find much information on the Contoido or its character. This added to its mystery and our curiosity.
So we've made it to camp here on day 17. Found a beautiful little pull-off spot after a long day of tracking our canoes up the Contoido River. The exciting thing is that we are, as the crow flies, under 1 kilometer to the Nunavut border. And that's some exciting news for us. We've been pushing hard, traveling through the Northwest Territories at this point, and it's going to be some big news for us to actually cross over into Nunavut. For dinner tonight, Kyle and Graham are whipping us up some falafels. It's Middle Eastern night here on the river. We were hoping to be able to dry out because we haven't really seen much sun in the last like 5 days, and it was hinting like we might get some tonight, but it is kind of spitting rain right now. So now I'm gonna go pack all my stuff away to make sure nothing gets wet.
Oh, dinner!
Need a spoon.
Yeah.
Need a spoon there.
Okay.
No, falafels, tahini sauce, and rice.
Oh my god, that's so good.
As of yesterday, the conditions weren't too bad. Tracking seemed to be the best option with the odd paddling through stiller sections. But we're gonna have a few more days of this before reaching the big lake. So we made it to another big milestone on this trip. We are currently at the border of Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. I'm here in the Northwest Territories, but Kyle over there drinking his coffees in Nunavut. There's no border control here. It's pretty easy to access Nunavut from this route. So if you guys want to get to Nunavut, I suggest you guys take the Contoido River up.
That's sarcasm right there. We're having none of it.
sun finally came out. So do the winds. We just had some lunch and just had a little rest before we have some paddling to do in the headwind. There are whitecaps out there.
What a ride! Those are some winds, eh?
Pull it in! Pull it in! Nice! Yeah, maybe just tie it off for now. We can bring her up later.
Yo, that pool is gonna have so many fish.
This is the first time in like 7 days we've had wind and sun, and we have a lot of clothes that need drying. So we pulled off the river a little early today just to enjoy this weather and dry all our stuff. Beautiful campsite here beside the set of rapids. We're about 150 meters from the lake. All this is pretty gnarly. Tomorrow morning we're gonna portage all our stuff right to the lake, not mess around with this section.
This is such a welcome change to the weather. Noah made me pack these shorts at the beginning of the trip. He's like, yo, I might throw in shorts because it might be sunny out there. And I wasn't even thinking about bringing shorts. And then for the last 10 days, I've been thinking, why did I bring these shorts? Well, today we got some beautiful weather. Shorts are out. We don't have bugs right now. It doesn't get better than this.
Graham is going to attempt the first cast in the eddy beside camp. No cuts, one cast. Pressure's on. He's on! Oh, looks like a grayling.
I didn't get it out, but first cast.
First cast, nice grayling. Oh!
Beauty grayling. Look at that. Awesome, I'll let him go.
All right, we saw Graham do it. Now I gotta give it a try. This is exactly what you want to look for when you're trying to fish. Moving water, eddying around, and creating a food hole where bait fish or other food sources sort of get stuck in, and the fish just wait there and sit and then make their move when they see the bait come through. Let's give it a go. Oh, I just saw a grayling swipe at it. Oh, watch this, guys. Oh, he missed it again. He missed it again. There it is. A beautiful grayling. Look at those colors. Oh. Beautiful fish. This is just too much fun. This is just too much fun. All right, got the fly rod out. I'm gonna try a fly I've tied and I've never caught a fish on. It's a weighted leech. I don't think there's leeches up here, but maybe it looks like a falling Arctic grayling with a orange cap on its head. Oh! That was a hit. Oh, that's a hit! That's a hit! Oh, come on, buddy! I'm all stuck in the rock. Oh man, come on, stay on, stay on, stay on. All right, we got him on the reel now. Oh yeah, that's a grayling. That's a grayling on the leech pattern. Oh, baby. Woo! On the fly. Going for a morning bite. Oh! Oh! Do you see that jump? Oh! This is a good one. I think it's my biggest yet. Come on, buddy. Oh my God. Oh! That is a huge grayling. That is my biggest grayling yet. So sweet.
Day 19 here. Knew it was going to be a good day because I woke up and I was hot in my sleeping bag. As soon as I got out of my tent, I looked in the pool right in front of camp. A grayling jumped Caught 3 grayling instantly. We have a lot of lake paddling today too. Things are looking pretty good. Graham, does this mean it's gonna be a sunny day?
I hope so. This is the first time I've applied sunscreen in what feels like weeks. It's nice to have the sun come out, dry things out. We dried out a bunch of stuff last night. There's no getting away around the fact that the sun just boosts morale quite a bit, I would say.
Clothes went back in the clothes bag instead of in the barrel with all the wet stuff. So 100% reset. Clean underwear today.
With the last little bit of sun, we also had the chance to boost our solar panels, which have all been pretty depleted along with our electronics for filming. I think the play this morning is portage around the final 150 meters or so of rapids. Then we'll have to paddle for about 10 kilometers or so, which is gonna be a nice change from all the tracking we've been doing.
We're tracking very boulder-strewn sets of rapids with a lot of big boulders and deep holes. One of the techniques we like to use is holding onto the side of the boat while you walk, so that if you do slip, you can put most of the weight on the boat.
We have a few of these sets today, marked as rapids on the maps. So it doesn't look too bad as of yet. Keep going! Wow!
We have one more pinch in the river today before we get to the big part of the lake, and we're gonna try to muscle up and just paddle this one straight up.
Conditions are perfect. Light breeze, almost no clouds, and a lot of sun. It's also not really hot either. I don't like when it gets like too hot. When it gets too hot, I lose some energy, but this is perfect.
We were just paddling along an unnamed lake before Thistle Lake here, and Graham has hooked into a massive, what we think could be a big fish. Oh, I see a flash.
Yeah, it's looking pretty big.
Yo, that's a big fish. Make sure not to play him too quickly, like we're gonna need to tire him out. Do you want me to paddle you over to shore?
Yeah, maybe.
That is a big fish. He's so big that you can probably get a good hand on his tail, and it helps control the body shakes. Yeah. Oh my god, what a beautiful fish.
He's a heavy one too.
That's amazing.
Putting up a good fight.
And just hold him by the tail until he kicks off on his own. Nice.
Oh.
That's what you love to see. Yo, how's that?
It's sweet. Yeah, still not the biggest one we've had on the trip, but by far that was the best fight I've had.
That was awesome,
He
man.
just-
You played that so well.
He just felt heavy, you know. He just didn't want to come in.
Yeah.
And I caught one other 30 incher, but that one was definitely felt a bit more girthy than what I just caught there.
So that was 30 inches?
30 inches, yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Oh, what fun. It's giving me like flashbacks to the back. Flow, but like so shallow that you can't paddle or drag, and it's scaring me.
From far away, this looks really, really bony and too shallow to drag. But perception is weird out here because there are no obvious features and it's hard to tell how big things are. And coming right up to the river here, it does look like there's about 3 feet of flow. And that's way more than we need for tracking, so we're good. Looking down about a kilometer, big whitewater. Don't know what we're gonna do when we get to that. Might be a portage, but I think that's tomorrow's problem.
Yo, Graham hooked into a nice 30 incher around the corner back there. We had to pull over, get to shore. It was like a nice fight. GoPro footage underwater, like, oh my god.
Really sealed the deal on all of the footage you could ever want.
Yeah.
So we did a scout mission.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Not good.
Like this first section is a little bony.
Yeah.
But once you reach the bluff, it's deep enough to track. There's like it's 3 feet deep and you can just walk along shore most of the time.
Okay.
And then way down, there's like a big thunderous whitewater section.
Okay, so it sounds like we'll be in and out of the water kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It'd be nice if we can just walk some of it. Just so that we're not portaging 5K.
Yeah, definitely.
But if it's sketch, then...
Do you think it's like a portage right out of here, or could we...
No, I think we can get to the whitewater.
Nice. Okay.
Well, we're at the point of the trip where our hands have been exposed to the elements for so long that my cuticles are starting to bleed, and I'm starting to get sun blisters, and the skin looks like leather. And they kind of hurt too. Goes to show that having hand maintenance is pretty important out here. First cast in a new spot. The old leech pattern. See if we can get it. I'm on a grayling. Look at that. Oh, no. Beautiful fish. I'm gonna try one more cast. Woo! Look at that. Beautiful fish. Oh. Oh no. Just coming back from the fishing at the hole over there, and I noticed a perfect frost heave rock. Remember a couple episodes ago we were talking about ice lenses in the active zone above the permafrost pushing rocks up? Look at this. This is like textbook. You could see even the soil around it that got pushed up as well. And look at this. This is not... There's no reason it should be like this. Just a little periglaciation in action.
got the coffee going, got the day's snacks and rations up. Every morning, one of us gets up before the others and makes coffee and breakfast, and then calls the others out once everything's ready. It allows 3 of the guys to sleep in and wake up to fresh coffee rather than have to do all those morning chores. This is my morning. This morning time is also great just to have some peace and quiet and just hang out. Black flies are really bad this morning. If the wind doesn't pick up, today is going to be a torrential downpour of black flies.
I didn't know that I just left my side door open. I was wondering why they were starting to fly into my ear.
I don't know how it's possible, but I was just drinking coffee and there's like 3 in my butt crack. For the last almost 2 weeks, we've been watching these cloudberries grow and waiting until they were finally ripe enough to pick. Cloudberries are one of my favorite berries to pick when we're out on the land. Such a delicious little berry. There's fields of cloudberries here that are almost ripe, and today they're starting to get ripe.
Oh wow, that's soft and plump. First fresh fruit I've had in 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, see really damn far.
So from our scout yesterday, I think we're gonna go to the right side. There looks to be enough water to track, but we're only seeing the first kilometer. So it's a 5-kilometer set. It might be an all-day event. We'll see.
I just find gold in this book.
Got some gold in there?
No.
What about this piece? Not gold enough? No.
So we've been tracking our canoes all morning and made it through some pretty hairy sets. We just got to a big set of rapids that has quite a bit of elevation gain, and there's a lot of rocks. So we're gonna go take a look, scout it out, and just see what our best options are in terms of getting around this. Is it gonna be worth dragging the canoes over this, or would we be better off portaging around?
Here's the portage.
Dang it.
Dang it, boy! Yeah, I think we can make that far one work. Yeah. Oh shit! Nice.
All I need is love. All I need is love in the shelter. All I need is love. All I need is love.
If I go where you are, then you go down there and I can try to position it. Ready? Let go! Let it go. Did you do something different here?
The only other thing I would say is like I got it a little bit further. Like I was like right down here. We're at a really technical rapid that we have to track up right now. The boys are on their third attempt here. This one's gonna be the charm. Some tough maneuvers out here.
I think I'm not gonna push it out as far. Yeah, pull her.
Yeah, go, 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 go! Yeah, go, 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 go!
Woo! Damn, Bob. Get all the tracking right there.
Nice, boys. We have officially made it to our camp here on Thistle Lake on day 20. We had a tough day today, tracking our canoe upriver. We didn't get very far, but it was a lot of hard work, an honest day's work. We ended a little early today, which gives us the opportunity to do some laundry, go for a swim, catch some fish, and just really enjoy ourselves out here. It's really important, taking the beauty of these places that we're traveling through.
Oh.
That fin. Beautiful.
Whoa. For dinner tonight, I made a pasta dinner, and I just wanted to show you guys really quickly how I pack this and what it looks like before and what it looks like once it's actually rehydrated. I pre-cooked all of my shell noodles and dehydrated them so that it cooks a little bit faster. Dehydrated ground beef, and this is really cool, a dehydrated pasta sauce that's like really flaky, and it's just all packed in here. That's 2 jars of pasta sauce just into a little Ziploc. Then I take all of these ingredients, add water, and you have yourself something that looks like this. Almost like you made it fresh at home.
Oh my god. Really good. Really good. I was craving some pasta.